So right now, the average home is taking about 32 days to sell right now. Some are going under contract in 3 to 5 days. The difference isn't luck, and it isn't the market. It's three things, and all of them are in your control. That 32-day median comes from the National Association of Realtors, and that trend has actually been lengthening as buyers take their time. The well-priced, well-maintained homes are still moving in those first few days, while others sit for months. The ones that are sitting are almost always making the same avoidable mistakes, and that gap gets wider when the market slows down. So just to kind of give you a quick example. So a couple weeks ago, we had 3 properties, all beautiful homes. And part of our strategy when we sit down with you is to go through what we do for marketing and what we do for pricing, which is looked at in a very formulated analytical way to make sure that we're pricing the home right, to make sure that we're maximizing your profit. And I'll tell you this, all 3 of those homes we sold within 3 to 4 days. So let's talk about the 3 things right now that actually decide your timeline, starting with one that matters most. And that key point number 1 is pricing is the single biggest factor, point blank. Nothing affects your days on market more than your asking price. A home priced right generates the most interest in the first 7 to 14 days. When buyers actively peak, right? Because your home hits the market, it's this new shiny object, everyone's excited about it, and that's what gets them excited, right? But if you overprice it by even 5 or 10%, and buyers scroll past, agents skip it, and that critical window closes. Every price cut after that resets the clock and makes buyers wonder what's wrong, right? That's when red flags start getting thrown up. So homes that sit past 60 days usually sell for less than they would if they were priced right from day one. So it's always important to make sure that you are being very strategic with the way that you price your home. Now, taking you to my next key point, number 2, condition determines who shows up, right? So buyers are comparing your home to every listing in that price range. And first impressions happen fast, right? That's why we make sure that we get the right type of exposure for your property. So you don't need to renovate, but like fresh paint, clean landscaping, no clutter, and working fixtures, that's what attracts serious buyers. A home that needs obvious work attracts lowball offers, right? So the easier you make it for buyers to picture themselves there, like a turnkey home, the faster they decide. So now key point number 3, the first 2 weeks matter most. And that's typically when you're gonna get the most amount of activity, right? So that window for those 2 weeks are definitely gonna be the biggest time frame of us trying to get the right buyer, multiple offers, and everything to work in your favor. Because that's when the marketing is gonna be firing on all cylinders, professional photos, videography, targeted exposure, broker outreach, and follow-ups with every showing agent. So the agents who sell fastest aren't waiting for buyers to find the listing. They're actually reaching out, they're reading the feedback in real time, and they're adjusting within days. So once that window passes, you're working harder from the same result. And that's when we got to start talking about pricing strategies, right? Which means we might have to do a reduction, which is not what we necessarily want to do, but sometimes we have to. So if you want to know what a realistic time frame looks like for your specific home, reach out. I'm always here to help. I'll put together a pricing and prep plan so you know exactly what to expect before you list. So feel free to call or text me at 701-306-1823 or email me at jeremy.qualley@exprealty.com. Thanks and have a great day.